And a 10, auto-ejected. Very rarely Among Us lobbies have the chance of predicting where you'll end up after the first meeting because someone saw you vent on cams, even though you're a crewmate. Some lobbies, for some reason or another, can spawn you on the outside of the actual ship, thus throwing you into space before you even get a roll. You know, like when you're in the little lobby thing and everyone runs around. Yeah, this makes it impossible to edit your crewmate or the round settings until you restart the lobby and end up back inside the actual ship, hopefully at least. I'm not sure if this is still a thing or if it has been patched, but if this happens to you, you just gotta wait until the game starts. Luckily, you don't need to be at a laptop to start the game, so you can just wait and eventually it will start. Unless you get this next glitch. And a 9, stuck. What are you doing, step bro? On an even rarer occasion than spawning outside the ship can actually spawn inside the map. Yeah, apparently if this happens you can see the laptop, crates, and the bottom of the wall of the lobby, but you'll also be stuck within the confines of the lobby, making an imposter victory very simple, since they can just call a sabotage in O2 or the nuclear reactor and they win the game since nobody can get there. The really devious people, however, will turn off the lights and then go for a kill victory. The only issue with doing that is that you'll need to stick to it because you can't call another sabotage unless the lights are turned back on. This will also prevent any emergency meetings from being called, guaranteeing the imposter's victory unless you can vote them off. But if they call a sabotage before the button is available, it's game over. Sorry, you hit a paywall. To get to number 8, you must give this video a like. Honestly though, it really helps us out and lets us know what you want to see more of. So if you're down with the scary Among Us, hit like right now. Thank you. I'm sorry you haven't hit like yet. You gotta do it to get to the next number. Thank you. And at 8, emergency vent. Speaking of emergency meetings, you might want to pay very close attention to them in the future, because if someone vents at the same time as a meeting is called or a body is reported, the animation of them coming out of the vent will play when they arrive at the meeting. This is very subtle and requires a keen eye and some luck, but if caught, it can totally win you the game, and make you have the biggest 1 million IQ plays of all time. That will probably get you at least 2K views from what I've seen from the trends on this channel anyway, but if you add scary to the title, then man, you'll get way more. Why do you think we do so much scary stuff? But honestly, this glitch should be worrying to the imposters and scary for you. You'll be in extreme suspense every time a meeting is called, so you can just try to look out for any form of movement, but you probably won't see it because it's very difficult. And at 7, wall hacks. It is possible to complete tasks through walls, and I'm not talking about ghosts. There are certain tasks that are close enough to walls that you actually don't need to be in the room to do them. Some of these include download tasks, wires, and even stuff like rebooting shields, which is kinda cool since you can stay out in the open while doing some of the scarier tasks like downloads. But it will probably be suspicious to the others since you're not actually at the task you'll claim to be doing. And then if you say you're doing them through the wall, they just may not believe you and throw you out, or report you for hacking, since you know that's kind of a thing in Among Us. I don't understand, why do people hack, okay? Are you really that bad at the game, at Among Us? Are you really that bad at it? Ignore that. You can do some tasks through walls. This can save you time, save your life, and even help catch the killer if they kill you on cams while you're doing a task. So maybe it's worth risking your life. I don't know. And at 6, Hello Darkness. When the lights are out on the ship, there isn't really anything you can do aside from go fix them. The cameras allow you to see in the dark, but they're also risky, and on some maps out of the way enough that people don't really check the room. Those also have a limited area which you can see. However, using this glitch you can see around you even when the lights are out. When the lights turn off, all you need to do is switch your resolution down to the 800 by 600 ratio, and then switch it back to the original resolution. Doing this will give you a very brief moment of perfect vision on either side of your screen. This can be used to see imposters killing crewmates in the dark, or an easy way of finding bodies in the dark abyss that beckons you. This also makes it possible to see past walls, since, you know, those cut off your circle of vision, making it possible to see who's venting in another room. It takes a little bit to get it working, but it can really help you in the long run. It's also only horizontal. You can't use this to look up or down, it's just these sides. Halfway through number 5, guaranteed imposter. There are a load of tricks that are supposed to be getting you a higher chance of being the imposter, like switching your crewmate color quickly, clicking the use button quickly, or switching your hats or pets quickly. However, these are fake. The only way to get a higher chance of being the imposter is to hack. Those videos showing you tips can take a while, and they only show you the times that work, not the times that don't. There could have been dozens of attempts behind these clips that you didn't see, and that's the reality of the internet. Everything is not what it seems, as the great Selena Gomez once sang. This is what it really looks like while filming one of these videos. We have to cut out all of my mistakes and pauses and add in backgrounds and stuff, but this time we're not gonna do that so you can see what it's really like. Editing is like magic. There There is no actual evidence to support this working. I've gotten imposter 3 times in a row without doing any of this stuff, okay? It's just not true. The chance is random. Okay, enough of the screen mess. And at 4, silenced. Hitting the emergency button in Among Us is supposed to give you some form of comfort. You know that once the button is pushed, the imposter can't kill you. Well, actually, this isn't entirely true. It is entirely possible that you get killed while pushing the button, which will start a meeting, give you the air horn, but then totally gray you out as if you were dead. Your screen won't be cracked, but you won't be able to chat or vote, meaning that your hand is actually dead on the button. This happened to one of the hermits from Hermitcraft while they were playing Among Us. Grian pushed the button but got killed just as he did so, and then since they were on a voice call, he totally called out his attacker. But nobody believed him since he said that he was dead, even though he wasn't. It's really weird. They couldn't vote him though because he was already dead, leaving their only choice to be the actual imposter that he was calling out, so it kinda worked out. But he was also kinda ghosting, it's weird. And at 3, walking corpse. According to some Redditors, there is a glitch that can occur if you get killed when a body is called. This glitch reportedly turns you into a walking corpse, potentially because your body was separated in game just as the body was called, thus saving your life like some messed up decapitated chicken. You can still complete tasks as normal, but you're just like half through the body with the bone poking out. Yeah, I haven't really seen this glitch occur, neither on video or in my own experience, but I could just be incredibly fortunate that I don't have to be subjected to such horrors. This glitch, if it does exist, is one of the most terrifying things. Not even from like a gameplay standpoint or a game mechanics way, like the next couple of numbers are, but in like a true, genuine horror kind of way. Who would do something like this? And is this really a glitch, or is it intentional? If it's real, I'm not saying this is confirmed, okay? I just read about it on Reddit. It could be totally made up. And at 2, custom settings. The server settings are the most crucial thing in a game of Among Us, and there is a specific combination of settings that are the right ones. These can differ from person to person, but putting the crewmate speed all the way up isn't right for literally anybody, and those lobbies are just so damn chaotic. Don't do it! Anyway, apparently what we set may not be of any use, because according to some people, you can use the Among Us public beta build of the game available to you on Steam as a way to set your own settings. You're supposed to be able to get your friend to start a lobby with whatever settings and then join it, have them leave, change the settings, and then have others join. The others are supposed to have the original settings, whereas you will have yours, because technically you're in a different version of the game. I tried this myself and it didn't seem to work. I was able to have 3 times speed on both mobile and computer, but I was streaming the game from my computer at home since you can't install it on a Mac. Like I was streaming it at my desk. I got some weird looks. But I'll try it again tonight on my actual computer, and I'll let you know if this is actually true or not, probably somewhere around here. But as it currently stands, it doesn't work anymore. I'm sure you can get why this is scary though, right? The imposters can literally give themselves a 10-second cooldown and perfect vision and perfect speed. To you, they'll just look like they're glitching, or perhaps just have terrible ping. You won't see them whizzing around, you'll see them walking the same speed. It's weird. Finally, and at number 1, invisible imposter. The invisible imposter is a glitch that we all fear. We all worry that the guilty party is something we can't see, and in the case of Among Us, it's possible. This glitch can occur if the imposter jumps into a vent when an emergency meeting is called, either via a button or a body, it doesn't matter. When this happens, the imposter can turn invisible to all living crewmates. Ghosts will be able to see the imposter when the meeting is over, and so can the imposter. This means that they can sneak up on you and get the kill on you without you even expecting it. However, there is a slight downside to this. The imposter does become visible once again after they kill, but if they do it properly, they can make it look like it was just a stat kill that revealed them behind another player. If done right, this could just be a skillful play, but it can also result in an epic fail. Tread carefully, and remember, the imposter could be right behind you. And at 10, double trouble. Ping is a very important factor when it comes to online games. Ping is an indication of how well you're connected to whatever server you're playing on. The same remains true for any game, not just in Among Us, and a low ping is always better. However, with a high ping there may come some issues like lag, yes, but it's also possible to use this to your advantage. On a map like the Skeld, the door sabotage remains closed for a time without being able to open them again like you can on Polus. This means that the game prevents you from sabotaging some things like lights while also closing the doors to stop people from fixing it. But with a low ping, if you can click both the sabotage and the door quickly, the game won't register the clicks until after both are active, meaning you can turn the lights off and then keep them off for an additional 10 seconds, unless there is somebody in electrical already. And at 9, invisible buddy. Being able to see your imposter buddy is essential for any multiplayer imposter game. If you know where they are, you can have them back you up at meetings, you can back them up, you can work together and get double kills or block bodies, etc. But if you hop into a vent and then come back out and can't see your buddy, you may be screwed. This happened to Disguised Toast and I believe Lily Pichu, quite a while ago. All they needed was a double kill and everybody knew Toast was bad, but Toast popped into a vent and then came out and tried to do a double kill, but Lily couldn't see Toast's newly emerged character, so they ended up losing. When being able to see your imposter buddy is crucial because there's no communication aside from meetings, having them just disappear on you is pretty scary. You wouldn't even know. You may just think that they used the vent and left, so yikes. And it ain't inverted map. I haven't experienced this glitch personally, and I haven't seen it happen, only read about it on forums like Reddit, but apparently the map you're playing on can randomly invert, or at least it could at the beginning. I know the skeleton can invert on April Fool's Day, so if you want to play on a backwards map, just set your date to April 1st, but according to some users on Reddit, 4chan, etc., you were able to play on inverted maps when this glitch occurred, and that may be where Innersloth got the idea. The reason this is honestly kinda chilling is the fact that you don't know when it's gonna happen until it does. Until you load in the game and then boom, you're in the upside down. Plus, now everything you know about the game is wrong. Electrical is now on the right, weapons is on the left, navigation is already confusing as hell. Even the wall textures are flipped, meaning it still points to security, but it says Irixus, and those letters are also still backwards. Yeah, you'll get caught in a lie for sure, even if it's not a lie. And it's 7, infinite download. The download and upload tasks are probably the worst ones in history. Simon Says is fine, okay? It's just a little mini game, but the download and upload takes so unbelievably long and you're just standing there. You're not doing anything like in Simon Says. While this task may take forever, don't speak too soon because there's a glitch that can literally make this task last forever, thus preventing you from completing the game. Like anyone with subpar Wi-Fi, downloading a game on Steam, the whole time left 6 days may not be a lie. If this glitch occurs, you'll be waiting at the end of the download forever with no way of actually completing the task. I believe this has been fixed and you can't get this glitch anymore, but when it did occur, we basically had to give up and go looking for the imposters. Those files are just too big for your little tablet to handle, I'm sorry. Just move on and go to cams. It's also terrifying standing at download in the first place, not even thinking about if it was infinite. Oh my. And it's 6, Ghost Body. This actually happened to a friend and coworker who was playing in our last Among Us gameplay video. It didn't happen in the video, but Abby ended up seeing a ghost corpse with it was impossible to report it. This will most likely happen behind closed doors, and I mean that literally, since when you get killed you fall forward, so if you get killed behind a door, the body can fall through, but you will be unable to report it because you still, according to the game, can't see the body. And if anyone else happens to stumble onto the body as the door opens and you're not reporting the clearly visible body, well, you'll have some splaining to do. Plus, seeing a body and being unable to report it in an already stressful as hell game is not fun in the slightest, especially when you're in a random online match and people will lynch you because you breathed wrong. Halfway through number 5, pet torture. Look, I don't like PETA. We know this, especially if you've been a fan of the channel for a while. I did a whole list on PETA games you won't believe exist, okay? They're a bunch of hypocrites who don't actually care about animal rights. However, the ones who actually do care about pet and animal rights won't be happy with this next glitch. Man, that was a long segue. It is possible to glitch your pet into a wall in any of the maps. All you need to do is get your pet trapped on something like a corner, for example, and then walk away next to a wall. Your pet will teleport to you and then get stuck in the wall while you walk around until you get far enough away that it teleports to you outside of the wall. This doesn't really do anything, but like really, you pay $5 to get all the Among Us pets and whatnot, and then you get them stuck in a wall. I mean, having the pets is already a potential death sentence by some players who consider you rich and love to talk about eating the rich, but you really gotta trap your child in a wall? Or your alien dog, who is 100% the parasite that started this whole imposter thing? Really? At that point, if you're doing that intentionally, you deserve it. And 4, self-report. People leaving online matches is unfortunately fairly common. Actually, it's more common to have people leave at the beginning of a match because they're not the imposter. However, if you leave during a meeting, you're causing a lot more grief than just making the imposter win easier. Instead, you leave your body on the floor in the cafeteria, and once you come out of the meeting, the body will report itself, thus resulting in another meeting. Nobody reports the body, okay? It does it itself because you can't actually see the body. I've had to explain this countless times on the online Among Us circuit because this happens so damn often. It's so annoying. Like, why would you think that the body was there of someone you really just watched leave the game? And then people say the classic where and in cap, but there was no body and nobody reported it, okay? Just skip and move on. It's so annoying. Don't leave during a meeting, or I will find you. And at 3, self-eject. While clipping your pet into a wall may be considered funny to some and cruel to others, throwing yourself out of the ship is just considered dumb, or honorable depending on if it was an accident or not. However, it's also possible for you to somehow glitch yourself through the wall and into space without dying. I don't know how to do it, but I know that it's possible. I've seen people do it, my friends and coworkers have seen people do it. It's just a thing people tend to do in online matches for some reason. I don't know if it's possible to get back in without calling a meeting, but if it's not, you best wait until you're done your tasks, BB, otherwise you'll be sus as hell. And your self-eject will turn into a real eject, which I guess technically would still be a self-eject because it's your fault. But ultimately, in at number 2, voter fraud. Voter fraud is something a lot of people have been talking about recently, so it's only a matter of time until it made it into the games we play as well, right? Well, this is actually possible in Among Us, but you don't really have control over it. A glitch can occur that just randomly switches your vote to another person for some reason or another. This was actually happening to Dylan during our last Among Us gameplay vid, where he kept trying to vote for me out of spite because I totally wrecked him in the previous round, but he kept voting for other people. I don't think that round actually made it into the final video because I had to cut it out for the sake of time, but it's still weird. And I don't think the fact that my name was God had anything to do with it, even if I wrote a creepypasta about it for yet another video. Among Us is currently the FNAF of the winter, okay? We keep putting out constant Among Us content because everyone's loving it. Finally, in at number 1, nowhere is safe. Meetings are supposed to be the safe zones where nobody can hurt you. Sure, they can kill you while you press the button like we talked about in part 1, but in a meeting there isn't a kill button, right? So how could they hurt anyone? Well, guess what? Nowhere is safe. According to some users, if you spam the kill button while the meeting is being called, you can actually kill a crewmate when you get teleported to the main meeting area, which is the cafeteria. You have to hit the button at the perfect moment to have this to work, but if you manage to get that split-second match, you can kill someone while we were all saying where and I was in medbay, which kinda makes this terrifying and makes me fear for my life on a regular basis. Nothing can save you from being murdered in a meeting, unfortunately, unless the imposters just get really, really unlucky or just suck at spamming the kill button. It's either space or Q, I don't know. Just hit them both.